When I was in law school here in Nigeria, I wanted to die. I really didn't like the learning experience. As an adult, I won't lie, I didn't like it. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lola OJ and I hope you're doing absolutely amazing. So this video is going to be a bit about, or maybe hopefully help some people who are mothers or maybe looking after someone, but you need to find the time to study. Now, I'm a lawyer. I'm here in Lagos, Nigeria, but I'm also actively taking two distant learning courses. One is quite a huge qualification. The other one is just an extra online course that's 12 weeks, right? Let me just say, distant learning as an adult is not beans, right? Because the truth is, the ball is 100% in your court. There are no teachers like chasing after you to come to lectures. If you like, study. If you like, don't study. But let me tell you something. It hits different when you're paying. Now, adult education is not cheap. Really, we're talking millions of naira, thousands of pounds or dollars for a qualification that if you fail, you're gonna have to pay to redo the exam. So not only is it a matter of I wanna pass, it's also that I don't wanna pay this money twice, 3 times, 4 times, okay? So these are just the things that I found during lockdown, especially when I've been literally trapped in the house. Not trapped because I love my home, but just not having the freedom to study in an office or study in a cafe or whatever. I'm literally bound within my comfort. You know, home is so comfortable that sometimes it can be really hard to study. So here is just some of the things that I've done that have helped me increase the amounts that I study. Hope it helps. Let go. Okay, so first things first, I've already mentioned that a lot of us have been home and it is quite difficult to study at home. I know some people may think it would be easy that, oh, you're at home, you have your kitchen there, you have comfort, you have a sofa, but those are the reasons why it becomes harder to study. Now, when you're at a school or something, you know that you're going to school to learn and you know when you come home, you can relax. Now, when your home is turned into your school, it's like a mixture that can be really hard mentally. So what I found helps me study better and study more is to create some study spaces in my house. So spaces that are free from distractions, free from comfort. Now, I don't study on my bed. I don't really study in my room because I know I'm going to be distracted. I'm going to want to lie down for a second. I'm going to want to dust something. I'm going to want to organize. I don't want distractions. So I've created, I don't have an office in my house. I don't have enough rooms yet. Soon, God willing. So I've had to create spaces that are literally a chair, a table, there's lights, somewhere to plug in the internet, where I know if I sit down in that space, I'm studying and nothing else. So what I would say is even if you don't have a lot of space, create a section. It's worth spending money to get someone to build a chair, build a table that you can go into that corner and know it's study time. So that when you're going for lunch and you're going, in your house for lunch to the kitchen, it's a different vibe, You want to be focused. So create a study space or study spaces to help you out. Okay, number 2, guys, is be realistic. Now, I know we're meant to be ambitious and dream without limitations and that's great. But not when we're talking about studying, guys, when we're talking about exams, when we're talking about things you're going to be marked for. This is not ambitions or dreams. This is being realistic. Now, I'm talking from experience. When I first was at home, I thought, Lola, because I don't find studying difficult. Though things have changed now that I have a child, it's a lot harder to juggle. But I thought I can study about 5 hours every day. No. It's not possible. It's just not possible because I'm at home. I just keep being distracted. I want to be with my child every minute. I want to lie down. I want to eat. So what I've done now is I've just been realistic. If it's 3 hours of solid revision, that's what I do. I space it out. Now I'm doing maybe 2 strong hours of solid, dedicated revision in the morning, maybe an hour or 2 in the afternoon, maybe 2 lectures, and I'm realistic. Now, it doesn't mean you should underplay what you can get done. Don't say, I'm going to do 2 questions because I'm being realistic when you know you can do about 6. You're only playing yourself. Don't do that. But don't always also be over ambitious and say, I'm going to finish this whole topic when you know the topic is really large. It may take you a week to finish it. So be realistic so that you don't rush your studying. It's the best way to ensure that you actually complete your revision in time. Okay. Now, number 3 is to get organized. Get extremely organized. Make sure you have the paper that you need. Make sure you have the highlighters that you need. Make sure, like, I'm one of those people that no matter where I am or where I move to, I'm going to be taking a printer with me. Why? Because I need hard copies. I wear glasses. Sometimes I don't always want to stare at a screen. If I'm watching a lecture, I don't want to have a split screen. I want to see what I'm reading. So what I do is I have a printer. I'm organized. I make sure that I can print out my notes. If I type things out, I can print it out, highlight it, stick it around, be organized. I know that sometimes you're going to have to create your own notes. And aesthetically, for me anyway, I'm the kind of person that needs things color coordinated. I need red pens, pink pens, green pens. If you're someone that doesn't need all that, paparazzi is fine. But if you know that you're someone, the way you learn, I'm a visual learner. So visually, things need to aesthetically make sense for me to be able to memorize and take in what I'm studying. So be organized in whatever way, whatever that means to you. Be organized. Make sure you have the equipment and the materials that you need so that you don't have to be like, now I need to spend the day going to the internet cafe every morning to print. No, if you don't have a printer, fine. But then go to the internet cafe once, print out everything you need, and know that this week when I'm studying, I don't need to go here, there, Jack Robinson. Have your passwords for your lectures. Have everything you need to study. No distractions, okay? Okay, number 4, which is not controversial because, I mean, there's no right way to do things. It's really subjective. But I know some people say that, they have tricks for how they can study straight for 4 hours, study straight for 5 hours. That's absolutely fantastic. Doesn't work for me. I'm one of those people, I like to do a solid 45-minute study, 15 minutes break. And for that 15 minutes, I grab a snack. I take a walk around my table. I just look outside, just get a bit of fresh air. And then I come back to work. Now, frequent breaks are important, whether it's every 2 hours, whether you need one every 45 minutes like me, whether you need one every 4 hours, whatever. Everyone needs a break to reset your brain, to relax before you tackle it again. So do not underestimate the importance of breaks. It doesn't mean you're whatless. As long as you actually go back to studying, sometimes breaks are what you need. Take your breaks, okay? Take them. Number 5 is to ensure you have ways to stay motivated. Now, what I mean by this is that, of course, if you're studying, you're going to have days, weeks, maybe months where you're just not motivated. You're not encouraged. You just can't be bothered. It's normal. It's natural. It doesn't make you a bad student or it doesn't make you stupid. It just means you need to find things that are going to motivate you. For example, when I was in law school here in Nigeria, I wanted to die. I really didn't like the learning experience as an adult. I won't lie, I didn't like it. But one thing that kept me going was me picturing myself in my wig and gown. So what I would do is I would stick imagery of like the scroll, the wig and gown, other people that passed the bar. And whenever I was down or in a rut, I would aesthetically look at it and it would motivate me because it would remind me of the end result. Even though law school was tough for me in Nigeria. As an adult, it was tough learning in that environment. But when I wanted to give up, I looked at what would motivate me. It could be that you want to do this thing for your family. It could be that, you need this in order to get a particular job. So maybe put the company name or logo somewhere where you can see it. You just need some reminders sometimes of why you're doing what you're doing, because it is going to get tough. It is going to get boring. And you just need sometimes to motivate. If it's a person that if you call this friend, they're going to be like, no, you can do it. Just have something, someone, anything that is going to motivate you and have that ready in advance. Don't look for it when you need motivation. Know what motivates you and somehow have something that represents it just to remind you. It's really helpful, trust me. Okay, 6. This ties in a bit to where I was talking about motivation. Sometimes if you have a family member that motivates you, but accountability. Now, you're studying alone. You're not in a class where maybe everyone might know your results. A lecturer's not going to be looking for you if you don't turn up. You don't have to mark attendance. You're kind of on your own as an adult learning. So the ball is in your court. But still, as human beings, sometimes, depends on the kind of person you are, it does help to be accountable to someone. So I'm not saying the whole world, you don't have to share it with Facebook, but you may want to share it with a close friend, a family member, someone else that's taken the course, just so when you're steering off track, someone can nudge you back in the right direction. So being accountable is key. What I do, I don't have many friends that I talk to about, my education, because I don't think many people care. But the few that do care about my long-term career goals, I tell them. And when I'm struggling, I tell them, you know what, this week I haven't studied that much. I plan on covering this and topic next week. Guess what? They will remind me on Wednesday, oh, Lola, so how's that topic coming on? They don't grill me. I'm not a child. They don't say, oh, have you studied? They kind of say, oh, what have you learned new? Which kind of motivates me to even learn more. And then also it allows me to discuss what I've been reading, which also helps with revision. So find someone you can be accountable to. It could even be your lecturer, for goodness sake. Tell them that, listen, I'm struggling, or in case I do struggle, can I call upon you if I need to be nudged back in the right direction? It is quite helpful. Okay, and number 7, I was kind of torn between two things, but I think I'm gonna just say study alone. I know this sounds like, what do you mean, everyone studies alone? But it's not quite true. Sometimes when you're studying, you feel like you want people around you, you want kind of moral support, or get your friend that is doing another piece of work. I found that that's just a distraction. I find that you're at your best when you're alone with your own thoughts. I know it can be daunting for some people because it's like, I don't want to study alone, I'm bored. But that is the best way to actually study well. So I would say not even when you can, study alone. Study alone. You're the one that's going to be taking the exam, nobody else. Of course, compensate and talk with others, fine. But ultimately, study alone because you're writing the exam alone. Those are my tips. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And guys, it's just my personal opinion. It's quite subjective, but if it helps you in any way, I would be delighted. And of course, I'm open to learning. So any other tips and stuff, let's discuss them in the comment section. Subscribe, like, share, and I wish you guys all the best for all of those that are studying out there, especially mothers like me who are trying to juggle it all. Have an amazing, blessed, and productive week. Bye guys.